Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. My second, bit of a hipster take, but it's Final Fantasy Tactics, and my third, toss-up between FF9 and 10. Thinking you'll probably see where I'm going with this, Final Fantasy has played a pretty big role in my life, so when they decided to join forces with another one of my favorite pastimes, Magic the Gathering, I of course could not resist. Almost as easy a decision as choosing between Aerith or Tifa, because as we all know, Aerith is and always will be the best girl. Alright, so I have for us today a play booster box of the long-awaited Final Fantasy set from Magic the Gathering. I believe this is now the best-selling Magic the Gathering set of all time, which is kind of crazy to think about considering its long and storied history spanning over like 30 years. I was able to get this box on pre-order for $150, but it is now commanding a price of nearly $200. So only bought the one, should have bought a case, perhaps even multiple cases. But no, sadly only got the one. Pretty short-sighted because I think these cards are reaching the level of hype that currently only Pokemon enjoys. Yeah, I was in the shop the other day and there were people asking for Final Fantasy instead of Pokemon, which if you're in the slightest knowledgeable with the Pokemon scene these days, it's kind of a crazy development. But yeah, going into this pretty blind, I haven't opened any physical Magic cards in like 15 or 20 years. All of these cards you see on the stage here are from that era or before, which is when I played physical Magic Gathering with my friends. Currently I only play MTG Arena here and there, so yeah, going into this pretty blind, don't really know what to expect from these packs. But yeah, really only one way to find out, I guess. Alright, so this is the cover art. We all, of course, know who he is. I believe that is Ishtola from the Final Fantasy MMO, and I believe that is Terra? Sarah? Terra. Forgot her name. But these are from the Final Fantasies that predate when I got into Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII is the earliest Final Fantasy that I played. I was, as a child, not allowed to play video games during that era. Alright, so here's the box. Scan here to discover the coolest cards. Oh, okay, so I guess it's like a little bit of a guide on what decks you can build using this set. Let me put that off to the side. And the pack art, of course, has the cover boy, Cloud. Is he the most famous Final Fantasy character of all time? Probably. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so looks like we get one of the art cards. Looks like there's 53 available, and this one's 44 out of 53. It's Sephiroth, so it's probably a pretty good one. Not sure if these are considered valuable at all, and I think this is the artist. Yeah, but let's turn around. Oh, that is some really cool art, and it has like a gold signature here, so maybe this is like something rare, maybe to use a parlance of sports cards, something short printed. But yeah, I'm gonna sleeve it anyways, just in case it is worth something. But yeah, really cool card actually. Love the background color, like that sort of maroonish red, and of course Sephiroth, one of the coolest villains of all time. All right, here is our land. Yeah, this is like when I played, we didn't have full lands like this, so this is pretty cool, or full art lands. But okay, here is a foil. Yeah, and I did a little bit of research. This icon means that it's made for standard, because there's cards in here that are meant for commander. And I mostly play standard. I've been meaning to get into commander, but I don't really have any friends to play commander with. But yeah, here's a foil of Sabotender. And it has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. So, wait, does that mean this is a commander card? I might be mixing this all up. Okay, so here is a full art. This is the Falsey Paradise from FF13. At the beginning of each of your main phases, if you have that. I don't know if I should be going over this, because if I was opening this on my own, I would definitely be taking my time and reading what the cards actually do. But in the interest of time, I might only do that for like the rares or the mythic rares. But it looks like in the beginnings of the pack is where we get our hits, because here is a rare and denoted by this gold symbol here. So maybe I'll just focus on like the rare cards. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. So legendary spells, if you don't play Magic, are not just, you know, like Firebolt or Lightning Bolt. Spells also include like creatures. So it looks like a card draw mechanic for white, which is pretty good. And it is, I believe, a full art, so I think it's maybe qualifies as a hit. I'm not sure how playable it is, because in Magic, unlike Pokemon, where most of the value is tied up in like the art, not in like the effectiveness of the card, because of course TCG is an actual game at its very heart. In Magic, value is mostly tied up to how meta the card is. But we have here Saz Catsroy from FF13. FF13 was also a Final Fantasy that I really enjoyed. I think it was like one of the last ones where it actually had like the traditional turn-based combat. And I think FF13 had one of the best combat systems of any Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. When Saz enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land. So it's basically a tutoring mechanic, which is always good. You know, thin out your deck for a land card or a bird or another creature. Whenever he attacks, put a 1/1 number. So it's also buffs your creatures. So pretty cool, probably pretty playable card. All right, so we got 2 rares so far. Is this a rare? Can't tell. This thing is gold here, so I'm just going to sleeve this up anyways. I don't know if I'm needlessly sleeving up cards that are too valuable, but I'll just put that there. Okay, so we have a summon, Primal Garuda. We have another summon, Rama, swallowed by Leviathan. Fight on. Here is Aerith healing Yuffie, looks like. Awesome art. We have Magitek Infantry. We have Scorpion Sentinel, Gubu Gardener from FF11. I believe FF11 is the MMO, right? Yeah. I played that MMO. I thought it was pretty cool. I think I thought it had one of the cooler combat systems where you could like combo off your teammates. Like if they casted a spell of a certain element, if you casted a spell with a combo element right after, then there'd be some cool like damage buff, or like a buff, I don't know, like a proc to use a term from WoW. But we have a token card here for the hero, and I think these are 2-sided. Okay, so we have a bird token, so this would be used in a deck that uses birds, which is what that Saz card would be used for, I would imagine. Here is another land, and okay, so looks like it's the lands, then the foil, and then the rares maybe, but our foil is unfortunately of a common. So let me take out the foils and I'll start piling them out, or starting a pile for just foils. We have a rare land here, and I think this was actually a pretty decent one. This land enters tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. Add 1, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. So this card would be pretty good in any decks that use a lot of colors, like maybe 3 or 4 colors. Yeah, when I build MTG decks or whatever Magic decks, I always spend like most of the money on like the creatures and or the spells and not the lands. But a lot of times these rare lands, which are really expensive, actually affect the game a lot more than whatever rares or whatever creature spells or that you're buying. But we have a full art summon here, Shiva. Yeah, the art in this set is absolutely stunning. This is from FF10. You can definitely see why this set is so hyped. Not a rare, so I'll just put this here. Maybe just keep a stack of full arts that are not rare. We have Ultimecia, Time Sorceress. Graha Tia is this Final Fantasy 14. So it's the second MMO from Square. Getting this Scientia from FF15. Yeah, wasn't a big fan of FF15. That's sort of like, I think, the beginning of the downfall for Square, because I didn't really enjoy FF15 and I didn't really enjoy FF16 either. So it's been like years since I enjoyed a Square Enix game. Actually, no, because I really enjoyed the FF7 remake and the Rebirth games. Alright, here is a hero token. Oh, this is pretty cool art. And a copy token. So no foil this time, but we got just a common land. Oh, never mind, we do have a foil. Okay, so it's token, land, and then foil. But unfortunately, an uncommon foil. Oh, okay, we have a full art here, full art rare of the Wandering Minstrel. Lands you control enter untapped. Okay, that's a pretty cool mechanic. Especially if you're cheap like me, who only buys tap lands. At the beginning of a combat every turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token. That's all colors. So towns are lands that have this town designation. And it's only a 2-drop, so it seems like a pretty good card. Probably not meta because I'm not sure if blue-green is meta these days. Side quest, catch a fish. We have Judge and Magister Gabrant. We have Fire Magic with my dude Vivi as the art. We had Ride the Shoe Puff, Adventures Inn, World Nap, You're Not Alone. Looks like Final Fantasy 9. We have Sahagan, Blitzball. Oh my god, I spent so much time playing Blitzball in FF10 because that was the only way you could get like their ultimate skills. The City and Elder, Shinra Reinforcement. Yeah. Altogether, too many hours sunk into all these Final Fantasy games, and not 1 minute, in my opinion, was wasted. Alright, we have a hero token, we have our land card, and our foil should be nice. Okay, so we are not getting the best foils here. Town Greeter. Another common, we have Dion's Bahamut's Dominant. During your turn, Dion and other knights you control are flying. When Dion enters, create a 2/2 knight creature token. Okay, so it's a 4 mana, and you're essentially getting a 5/5 flying and split between 2. So yeah, that's some pretty good value there. And then I believe these cards, when you turn them over, it becomes another card because this effect here states that spend 6 mana, tap it, and then you exile, and then it turns into this one. And then this is a saga, so every turn it goes from this effect all the way down. So you would have 2 turns of putting a 1/1 counter on each other creature, and then on your 3rd turn with this creature, destroy target permanent, exile bomb it, and then return to the battlefront face up. So it would return to this card. But yeah, really cool card. Not sure why I'm explaining MTG mechanics. I'm pretty sure anyone watching this is probably a much better MTG player than myself. Yeah, this isn't really a full art. Maybe I'll just put it there. Or the stage might get a little too... Actually, let's put that there. I think this is our coolest card so far. Okay, side quest card collection, Realm Sketchling, Dark Knight's Greatsword, Freya Crescent, Adventures Inn, Magitech Infantry, Retrieve the Esper, Paladin's Arms, Warrior's Sword, Black Mage's Rod. Pretty cool art. And Town Creator. I'm probably going way too slow. We are at like 15 minutes in and I've only gone through like 3 packs, but definitely enjoying this experience quite thoroughly. Alright, here's our hero token. Here is our land, and so our foil should be next. Grand Pulse Ochu, another common foil. We have Noctis from FF15. Yeah, didn't really like that game. So couldn't tell you much about Noctis here. But lifelink, you may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. I'm not sure what a finality counter is. Maybe it's makes that would make that artifact temporary, like it would go away in the subsequent turn. Yeah, not sure how I feel about this card. It's a 5-mana 4/3. Yeah, and 3 life. You're within range of a lot of skills to kill this. Okay, we have Summon Chocomog full art. We have Ridio's Return, Magitech Armor, Sandworm, Magic Pot, Monk's Fist, Fate of the Sun Crest, Scorpion Sentinel. Is this FF7? Oh, this is like the first boss battle of FF7 where you learn about like the weaknesses of monsters, and in this case, his weakness was lightning. Airship Crash, Blazing Bomb. Pretty iconic battle, I would say, Marlborough. We got another hero token. We have Windhurst Federation Center is our land. And Red Mage's Rapier is our foil. Okay, we have a full art. So I forgot what these cards are called. Something through time, where they take an existing existing MTG card. So in this case, it would be Kenrith, the Returned King, but then they put a Final Fantasy art over it. In this case, Noctis, Lucid, Caleb from FF15. But yeah, really cool idea, I guess, to be able to use existing MTG cards, but with like a new coat of fresh paint on it. And what coat of paint this one is, because this is a really cool looking card. I think this is probably just like a still from the video game, but still cool nonetheless. Put that there. I'm not sure if that's worth anything. We have a rare here. Ninja's Blades. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, is a ninja. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a bar card, then discard a card. That player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. Seems like it'll be pretty effective if you're actually able to get it online. Unexpected Request, Summon Fenrir, Rufus Shinra. Oh, that's a cool one. Lunatic Pandora, Precious Wandering, Syncopate, White Arcite, Haste Magic, Cornered by Black Mages, Blitzball, and there we go. So far, we haven't hit anything crazy, I don't think. I think we're definitely looking for like the FF7 characters like Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and Sephiroth. Like full arts of those cards. We got Hero, we got Forest, and our foil is Lowport Scout. We have Balam Garden is our rare. This land enters tapped. So this will probably go well with this card. But you can pay some mana and transform this land. And I believe it's what it transformed to is on the back. So it transforms into a creature that can attack as long as you have a creature, another creature that can crew it. Because that is how vehicles work in this game. We have a full art of Earth Crystal. It's a really cool art here. yeah, I'm the risk of sounding repetitive. Yeah, art's very cool. I'm probably gonna be gushing about this art this entire video, so you'll have to bear with me. And I should probably stop inspecting all the cards, reading all the effects, because this is a really cool art. This is their first, I guess, mission. Oh no, it's not their first mission. This is sort of at the end of the FF remake game when they're rescuing Aerith, who's been taken by Shinra, right? Commune with beavers, call a mountain chocobo, Sephiroth's intervention. Okay, so we have another art card, which is pretty cool. Doesn't seem like these are too common, so I like that they added these to add. Oh, yeah, cool. One of the awesomest moments, I guess. Well, actually, not sure if this is when this is like in that sort of under the tree in the water, that scene from FF10. But yeah, considered, I think, one of the coolest duos in Final Fantasy history. Yuna and Tidus. But yeah, really cool card. Amazing art. Here is our land card and our foil side quest, Raise a Chocobo. Okay, so here's our first mythic rare. Summon Bahamut. Destroy up to 1 target. So you pay 9 mana, and when it comes in, you destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. So that's like a creature or an artifact or an enchantment, and then you can do that for 2 turns. And then on the 3rd turn, you draw 2 cards, and all the while you have a 9/9 flying creature, which is probably devastating the opponent. And then on the 4th turn, this creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. So kind of overkill at that point, I would say. But cool little card. You have Furion Wild Rose Warrior. This is our rare. We have Capital City, Reno and Rude, Tidus Blitzball Star, Summon Fenrir, Iron Giant, Slash of Light, Sages Nulis, Gobu Gardener, Thunder Magic, and Hectice. Yeah, it seems like with regards to like representation, I'm seeing a lot of Final Fantasy 7, a lot of Final Fantasy 10 for the most part. Okay, cool. We have another art card. I'm actually quite excited to get these because this one's probably like the least impressive art of the 3 that we've received so far, but still cool card nonetheless. Edgar Master Machinist. Yeah, I actually don't really know where this guy's from. Alright, here's our land, and our rare is Poison the Waters. Our foil is Poison the Waters. Our rare is Matoya Archon Elder, and yeah, this is from FF14, the MMO, which I did play. I played the MMO when it first released, when it was really bad, and then I played again when they had that overhaul called Realm Reborn. But after that, didn't really play too much. But I hear it's really good and pretty highly respected of an MMO. So pretty crazy that a game was able to turn around like that. Because it was really bad when it first came out. Alright, got another art card, so maybe these aren't as rare as I thought. We've got this guy. Yeah, Yasmat. No idea who this is. All right, our foil is Fight On. Okay, here is a full art, the Imperial City of Arcades. I'm guessing this is... Oh, Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, I didn't really play Final Fantasy 12, unfortunately, even though here it's actually a pretty decent game. That's with, like, the sky ships and the pirate theme. Yeah, I've been meaning to play that game. But yeah, cool hit. Put that there. Oh, this is actually one of the cards that I was chasing. VV Ornithir from one of my favorite games, of course, Final Fantasy 9. Really cool card. I think this might be meta, not sure, because is it, or which is blue and red, is currently one of the most meta decks. But the effects are, you can add X mana, where X is the number of counters on VV. Once during your turn, so, and you get counters by casting a non-creature spell, which if you're in a red or a blue deck, you would have a lot of those. And so each time you cast one, it adds a 1/1 counter and deals 1 damage to each opponent. So a lot of the effects, both damage and mana ramping. So really interesting card. And I think this card is actually worth a little bit. I'm not sure. But getting pretty crowded up here. I'm not sure if there's like a full art version of this card, because then that card would actually be worth a ton, I'm guessing. But yeah, awesome hit. Moving on, we have Elixir, Renoa Heartilly from FF8. Yeah, that's probably the Final Fantasy that I was like most excited to play, because back then I was like hopeless romantic, and so a Final Fantasy that was focused on, you know, romance, which Final Fantasy 8 was supposed to be, I thought would be awesome. Turned out though that the game wasn't that great. I mean, it was still decent. It's just coming after Final Fantasy 7, I guess it's tough to follow that up. But I think FF8 would be an awesome candidate to get the remake treatment like it did for Final Fantasy 7. Here's our token, and our foil is a land. We have... Oh. There's a foil rare, so I guess you can get multiple foils in a pack. We have Lindblum Industrial Regency is our foil. I'm not sure why I'm putting these anymore. And then we have this card. This card's really cool. So this is the Yoshitaka Amano art. Yeah, so he's the guy that does all like the promotional art, I guess, for Final Fantasy. So all the logo art is done by Yoshitaka Amano. And he has a very distinctive art style, as you can see. But yeah, really awesome card. Another rare, Wind Crystal. We have Overkill, Chocobo Racetrack, Ether, Prishy's Wandering, World Map, Dwarven Castle Guard, Dragon's Wyvern, Committed Beavers, Ifrit, Vincent's Limit Break. Alright, looks like we're halfway through the box and this video is already like 30 minutes, so I might need to just pick it up even more. We have an art card of Shadow Mysterious Assassin. I believe this is from one of the earlier Final Fantasies. And our foil is Sleep Magic. And our rare is Xanarkand, Ancient Metropolis. Xanarkand, of course, famous in FF10. We have Garland, Opera Love Song. What is this from? FF6? Okay, so FF3. Diamond Weapon, Circle of Power, Hell Gigas, You're Not Alone, Magic Damper, Dwarven Castle Guard, Ninja's Limit Break, Gabu, and Call Them Out Ninja. Yeah, we're not hitting any of the Final Fantasy 7 cards. I probably shouldn't complain because I got that BB. Okay. Bird token, our land, and Barret Wallace. Okay, so we got someone from Final Fantasy VII, but sadly just Barret. Yeah. Our rare is Safer Almasi, Final Fantasy VIII. Garland, Black Waltz number 3, Cactuar, Ash, Princess of Dalmasca, Blitzball, Sage's Newless, Gaelicat, Chocobo Kick, Light of Judgment, Vincent's Limit Break. Oh, awesome. So, yeah, looks like we are getting some Final Fantasy VII cards, but unfortunately just the art cards. So this one is pretty similar to this one, but I guess this one might be rare because it has the signature here. But this one's still a really, really awesome card. Even though, you know, Tifa and Aerith is the best girl, still glad to get Tifa. Here is a foil of Hecdies. We have Van Street Thief is our rare. Have Gold Saucer, Samurai's Katana, Shambling Seat, Shiva, Crossroads Village, Cloud Dawn Moogle, Retrieve the Esper, You're Not Alone, Dalam, T. Rexar, Call Him Out, Chocobo, and Undercity Dire Rat. We have Shiro. Claims is our land. Our foil is White Mage's Staff, and Cecil Harvey from Final Fantasy II, I believe, is our full art. And peeking beneath it is our second mythic rare, Eter and Prewin. It's an artifact. Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total. Yeah, I don't think this is very good because it's a 6 mana cost and then it's a equip 5. So you would have to devote 11 mana, I guess, when... And the condition is that it's really only useful if you have a lot of life. So it seems more like a win more card. I can't imagine that this is going to be like a sought after card for its effectiveness. Crystal Fragments, Delivering Moogle. Is this our first Moogle card? It's a shame. Omega, we have another Barret, Venturous Airship, Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, Aerith Rescue Mission, Shinra, Gigantode, and Ifrit. Our foil is Restoration Magic, and our rare is Xenos Ye Galvis. When Xenos enters, choose a creature. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos and the chosen creature get -2/-2. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform into Shinryu, an 8/8 flying. Oh. This looks like a commander deck, or a commander card, because it says, when the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. So I think obviously the implication is that there's other players. Because if it's 1-on-1, obviously they would lose the game. We have a Blitzball, Auron's Inspiration, Black Waltz, Gallows Final Act, Lunatic Pandora, Instant Ramen. That's pretty cool. Weird seeing a cup of ramen in Magic the Gathering though. Rook Turret, Aerith Rescue Mission, Chocobo Kick, Sabo Tender, Resentful Revelation. And I mean, that's sort of like the pushback that these Worlds Beyond, I believe they're called, sets got initially, because a lot of folks didn't think they fit into like the whole Magic lore, aesthetic, whatever. But you know, best-selling Magic set of all time, so I think the consumers would disagree. Colosseum Behemoth is our foil, and our rare is this full art Thrum of the Vestige, which is for Lightning Bolt, which of course is a very famous and renowned card, and it's constantly in use in red deck win decks, which I hate to play against. We have Lindblum, another Lindblum, we got one of these before, is our rare. Sid, Timeless Artificer. We have Esperama, Ultros, Restoration Magic, Iron Giant, Merchant, Paladin's Arms, Resentful Revelation. Looks like this is when Sephiroth is realizing that he's not actually like a normal human. He was born to Genova in a lab, maybe? And then that's when he burns down Nibelheim, I believe. Cloudstown. Alright, looks like we have another art card. Tataru. So this is probably from the either FF11 or 14, because that's when we had Tarus. I'm running Tarus or in any other Final Fantasy game. Our foil is, at least it's an uncommon and a pretty cool looking uncommon, Emperor of Palamecia, and our rare is Sin, Spear's Punishment. And looks like we got two rares, Earth Crystal. We have Valkyrie, Snow Villiers, Torgal, Iron Giant, another Moogle, White Mage's Staff, Grand Pulse Ochu, Sabotender, and Malboro. So two mythic rares so far, and it seems like you can get multiple rares per packs. I'm not really sure like if these MTG booster boxes are deterministic, like you're guaranteed to get a certain amount of mythics. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments if that is indeed the case, and if I'm like lucky or if I'm like unlucky. Our foil is Item Shopkeep, and we have a full art Newfound Adventures Farseek. Yeah, these cards are really cool. And this is from FF14. We have the Regalia from FF15. Random Encounter, Quistis Trep, Phantom Train, another Instant Ramen, Adventures Inn, Syncopate, White Auracite, Bard's Bow, Suplex, Vane's Treachery. Yeah, not sure how I feel about the hits, I guess, being in the front of the pack. But perhaps I should just ignore all the commons and uncommons from now on in the interest of time. Our foil is called the Mountain Chocobo, and Squall is our rare, who is, of course, from Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, I'm gonna just start skipping the commons and uncommons. Bird token. Our foil is Scorpion, Sentinel, and our rare Triple Triad. The beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library until end of turn. You may play the card you own exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value cost without paying their mana cost. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like another commander type card though. And we got another rare, Kane Traitor's Dragoon. This one's from the MMO as well. Alright, our art card is... Who are you? The Emperor Palamisia, so FF 15? 16? Yeah, not sure. We have a foil land, Guado Solemn, and then our other foil is Bard's Bow. Our rare is Joshua Phoenix's Dominant. So this is from FF 16. And our uncommons, yeah, don't see anything new. Oh, no, we got 3 mythic rares so far. Forgot about that GD there. Okay, our land. Oh, what is this? So our foil is finally a rare foil. Telog, Great Sage, full art. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. If 4 mana was spent to cast that spell, draw 2 cards. If 8 mana, sorry, it does that much damage. Interesting. Not sure how much you'd be using that last effect, but then the first effect is pretty cool, or the first 2 effects are pretty cool. If you cast a 4-mana spell, you can draw 2 cards, which of course is very important in Magic. But yeah, really cool card, and the art is so cool. It's got like this psychedelic effect, I suppose. And then with the foil, it kind of pops even more. And then we have Minwu is our rare. And commons and uncommons. Art card is... no idea. Machinist Arsenal. I'm guessing this is from the MMO. Dark City. Our foil is Retrieve Esper and Memories of Nibelheim. Oh, this is a nice one. So, always nice to get a Final Fantasy VII card. But seems like we're only getting Tifa cards, which is, of course, unfortunate. I've run out of stands. Gonna just place that there. Summon Titan is our rare. And, oh, here's a pretty cool uncommon, Garnet from FF9. Yeah, besides Vivi, I don't know if Final Fantasy IX has that much representation. Oh, what is this? This is really cool art. It reminds me of, what's that really famous Japanese, like block painting. I'm not really sure what it's called, but oh, so Summon Leviathan. But yeah, that really famous, like waves off of something, oft emulated art. But yeah, that's really cool. Probably one of the better art cards that we've received so far. Insomnia foil. We have another foil, Samurai's Katana, and our rare is Arden, the Usurper. I think this card's pretty cool. I saw some decks of this one being played. You can cheat in a lot of creatures from your graveyard. Alright, hero token. Our foil is a land, seems like. And we have another foil, Ice Flan, and a full art of Astral Titan. Rare of Ultima. FF16. So yeah, would not be able to tell you too much, but I believe he is the main villain of FF16. We have our first Zidane. Yeah, I'm not sure if Zidane or Garnet gets the full art treatment in this set. We have Island. Our foil is Ambrosia Wildheart. Our rare is Leviathan. And we have a Fang uncommon. Alright, last 3 attacks. So sadly, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get any of the main Final Fantasy VII cast in like full art. We have Bird. Our foil is Vector. And then we also have a Gallicat foil and Vanadial Adventures. FF11. Prima Vista foil, and Gilgamesh is our rare. Alright, this is our last pack. And our last chance of getting an Aerith card. Didn't even get one. We have Bird. We have Foil Mountain. And foil rare this time, the Ninja's Blades. And we got Kuja, Genome Sorcerer. So yeah, did not get one of the full arts of the FF7 cast, sadly. But Kuja, I believe, was the main villain in FF9, right? Yeah, those are like the clone black mages. And then we got Summon Fact Chocobo full art, which is, yeah, this art's really awesome. But yeah, that I believe does it. No other packs. But I think our best cards were, I'm just gonna pick like the top 3, maybe even 4. I think most of our best cards were these art cards, and definitely not sure if these are worth anything. But yeah, I got this Yuna and Tidus, this Tifa, this really cool Sephiroth autographed one. And then probably our best card is this VV Ornithir, which is cool because I was chasing this card. But yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. If I had been doing this like off camera and was not worried about wasting everyone's time, I probably would have spent like 3 hours opening this thing, just reading through all the cards. But even still, I definitely enjoyed this rip. But I am getting some collector's boxes coming in, so yeah, really looking forward to making a video of those cards with the chance of getting that gold Chocobo, which of course I'm not gonna get. But yeah, hopefully in that box I'll get an actual Aerith card. But yeah, that's about it for the video. If you enjoyed this content in the slightest, please consider dropping a like and comment. And fellow collectors, until next time.